Hello, my name is Eddie Sahakian. I'm the son of Edward Sahakian from Davidoff of London. My father opened the business in 1980, and at the time it was a very interesting proposition in London because the UK had not had a very prosperous decade in the 70s. Everyone told him he was crazy to open what would become a beautiful cigar shop and a fine boutique, admittedly quite an expensive boutique. However, he persevered, and I'm very proud to say 33 years later, the business is still going strong. I now have the great pleasure of working with my father. My own involvement in the business started in the early 90s when I worked for a few years with him in the business in St. James's. I spent a number of years between then and now working in finance, and in 2009 I came back to the business. Of course, I would hope a more mature individual, but I'm not sure my father would agree. However, it's a beautiful business, and if you are passionate about cigars, if you're passionate about the good things in life, if you enjoy the simple pleasure of taking time out and savoring a luxurious product, then the cigar business is a wonderful business to be in. I've also had the great pleasure of having a wonderful teacher, my father. He embodies for me everything that is the good life, being a gentleman, understanding and savoring the luxuries in life. He has been my role model and continues to be my hero, and I'm a very lucky man to work with him and for him. This is what we call the Edward Sahakian Cigar Shop and Sampling Lounge. It's located in the Bulgari Hotel in London, which is a new 5-star luxury hotel that was opened just over a year ago. Two or three years before the opening, my father and myself were approached by the investors behind the hotel, and they outlined their ambition to have a wonderful cigar convenience for the residents of the hotel, but also more generally for the public who may want to use either the lounge or the shop. We were very excited by the idea, and it's something that I personally had thought about for some years. Post-2007 cigar ban in the UK, where you couldn't smoke anymore anywhere in public, there was a real demand and a real need for places that were friendly to the cigar smoker. The Lanesborough Hotel in 2007 really set the benchmark for all of us. They created a wonderful venue, which was legally outside, where you can enjoy cigars, and very rare cigars at that. We used that as our inspiration. We realized that there is a demand for the finest cigars, the rarest cigars, the most vintage cigars, also regular production cigars. Where we differentiated ourselves here in the Bulgari is we had the ability to create a cigar shop, and with the cigar shop comes a very useful exemption in the UK smoking laws, which permit the sampling of cigars purchased from a cigar shop on the premises, with a view to considering where you want to purchase a full box. We took advantage of that exemption, and we now have what I like to think is one of the finest cigar shops and lounges in London, and certainly in the UK. Where we are unique at the moment is we are the only indoor sampling lounge and cigar shop. Almost every other proposition or convenience for the cigar smoker in London certainly is a terrace of some description, so technically and legally outside. We sat down with the hotel before opening, this would have been about 18 months ago, and my father. We tasted many cigars from my father's private collection, which he has kept in Davidoff St. James's since they were purchased 20 years ago, in some cases 15 years ago, in some cases 30 years ago. And we picked from that really exceptional collection some gems that we would be happy to sell and showcase here in the Bulgari Lounge. So this was our thesis. Of course, when it came to the final selection, we had to balance every cigar user's dreams. So some people want to smoke what I call current production cigars, a new Partagas D4 maybe, or a Trinidad Reyes, or even a Davidoff Ambassadrice. Other cigar smokers want to explore cigars they can't access in normal world. These are cigars that are very rare. Maybe they are no longer available, maybe they were never readily available. Luckily for myself, my father was always a collector of fine cigars. So in his collection, we were able to find these cigars. And these cigars occupy a very special part of our collection here in the Edith Sahakian cigar shop in the Bulgari. And it is, what's the right way to describe it? A dreamer's paradise, a cigar smoker's wish list or bucket list. You know, our ambition was really, if you had one more day left in your life and you had to pick 2 or 3 cigars, whatever they could be, to enjoy in those last few hours, can we find some cigars that would fit on anyone's list? I hope we have. The proof, of course, is in the testing, but we're very proud of the selection.